Today, we're not just looking at a scam. We're doing a full forensic investigation into a psychological heist. We're going inside the toolkit of these professional urgency architects to show you how they literally weaponize your own brain's survival instincts to get you to authorize a theft right in plain sight.
Okay, let's dive into this. You know this quote right here? It's pretty much the master key to the entire operation. This isn't just about a limited time offer, it's all about kicking you into a state of mind where logic just goes out the window. Today we're going to deconstruct exactly how they do it, and more importantly, how you can build a defense against it.
So, our investigation kicks off at what you could call the crime scene. We call it the velocity trap. This is where speed isn't just part of the deal, it's the main weapon they use to bypass every single alarm bell that should be going off in your head.
This right here, it perfectly illustrates the paradox. Think of it like a seesaw, right? On one side, you've got the impulse to act fast on what looks like a great opportunity. On the other side, you've got your rational brain. See, scammers know that the faster they force you to decide, the less chance your rational brain has to even chime in. You feel like you're being smart and decisive, but you're actually being funneled right into their trap. And this is how they crank up that speed. They don't want a thoughtful customer. They want a frantic competitor. By creating the illusion that you're in a race against other people for something rare, they totally shift your focus. You're no longer asking, hey, is this a good investment? Instead, you're thinking, how do I beat that other person to it? And every red flag just gets ignored in the heat of that fake race.
Okay, so how on earth do they create this high-pressure, competitive vibe out of absolutely nothing? Well, that brings us right to our second section, manufacturing a crisis. It's a process that feels incredibly real, but trust me, it's completely fake. This is really the engine that drives the whole scam. That ticking clock on the website, the only 2 left in stock banner, that 15 other people are viewing this pop-up, that's what we call artificial depletion. It's this whole illusion, right? And it's engineered to trigger a really deep, primal fear of scarcity, a state of resource panic. This isn't a sale, it's a simulated emergency.
So the whole point of this, the end game, is to shove you into a panic buy, to make you fork over your capital for some product or investment that is either worthless or just doesn't exist. And you know, the damage here isn't just about the money. It's that deep psychological hit you take when you realize you were tricked into a frantic competition against a ghost. It makes you question your own judgment.
Okay, so we've got the environment down. Now let's really pull apart the scammer's playbook. We're going to walk through what's called the depletion funnel, step by step. And believe me, this isn't random. This is a highly structured intelligence operation.
Just take a look at this structure. This is not random at all. It's a very clinical, 6-phase operation. It takes you all the way from an incentive anchor right to a market collapse, all designed to get your money before your brain can even process what's happening. Let's break down the most important phases.
So it all starts with what they call anchoring the prize. They figure out what you want, a luxury item, a secret investment, and they make it seem super rare. Then comes the hook. They surround it with what look like other buyers, fake comments, bots, or the classic "I have another buyer on the line" story. This creates social validation, making you believe everyone else is fighting for it.
And right here, this is when the trap springs. The temporal compression phase. It's just a fancy way of saying they introduce a ticking clock. Now, this isn't just some marketing gimmick, it's a neurological attack. The urgency literally floods your brain with stress hormones that physically shut down the logical part of your brain. You enter a state of neural lockdown, where logical thought becomes almost impossible. And while you're in that state of neural lockdown, that's when the flash extraction happens. You're completely convinced this once-in-a-lifetime chance is just vanishing. So you throw all your normal safety checks out the window, due diligence, verification, even just plain common sense, and you send money through some irreversible method, like a wire transfer or crypto, all to secure your slot. And while you're waiting for a product that was never there, the scammer is already gone.
So you might be wondering, why does this work so well? I mean, even on really smart, skeptical people. It's because the scammer isn't even talking to your intellect. They're hacking directly into your ancient, hardwired survival instincts.
This slide really breaks it down perfectly. You've got these 2 systems at play. The whole depletion funnel is built to shut down your logical brain, the part that wants to analyze facts, and to talk directly to your survival brain, which just reacts to things like scarcity and competition. The scammer creates an environment where that faster, more powerful survival response takes complete control.
And here's one of the main ways they do it: loss aversion. Basically, our brains are hardwired to feel the pain of losing something way more strongly, like twice as strongly, as the pleasure of gaining the exact same thing. So by making it seem like you're about to lose this deal, they instantly make it feel way more valuable in your head, forcing you to act just to avoid that feeling of loss.
And they pair that with something called anticipatory regret. This is where they weaponize your own ambition. They get you terrified of that future feeling, of, oh man, I should have acted. And that fear is so powerful, you'll take a crazy risk right now just so you don't have to feel like a loser later. They turn your own fear of being left behind into their ultimate weapon.
All right, we've taken the weapon apart, now let's build the shield. And the defense here, it's not about being smarter or faster. It's about being slower, more deliberate. It's all about building what we call intentional friction.
Your number one most powerful defense is this right here, 24. You need to give yourself a mandatory 24-hour cooling shield for any deal that feels urgent. Look, a real opportunity will still be there tomorrow. A trap designed to exploit your panic, it'll be gone. That deliberate slowness, that is your best weapon.
Okay, here are some more tools you can put in your toolkit. First, a countdown audit. If you see a ticking clock from a source you don't know and trust, just assume it's predatory, full stop. Next, do a reverse demand search. Just open a new private browser window and check the page again. You'd be amazed how often that only 2 left miraculously resets. And most importantly, have an independent source policy. Never, ever buy from a link sent to you directly in a high-pressure situation. Go find the source yourself.
And this, you need to memorize this phrase. This is your exit script. It's polite, it's firm, and it just totally diffuses the pressure. A real seller, they'll respect that. A scammer, they're gonna escalate, maybe get angry, try to make you feel bad. Their reaction tells you everything you need to know.
So, when we boil this whole forensic breakdown down, it all comes to a single, powerful, and honestly liberating idea.
And this right here, this is the ultimate choice you have to make. A real opportunity is worth the research. A scam is only worth the rush. Remember, what they're doing is creating fake scarcity to trigger your real fear of loss. They use that depletion funnel to short-circuit your logic. Your only defense is to fight their speed with your own intentional friction. You should make this your new mantra. I don't chase the clock. If it has to be now, the answer is no. When you refuse to play by their clock, you take back control. You force the whole conversation back into the territory of your logical brain. And that's a place where these scams just can't survive. Value your own process over their pressure. So the next time you see a timer ticking down, just ask yourself, who's really in control here? Something to think about.